Let's move on to the next subject that we have, which is a breakdown of the 59th Chicago International Film Festival. Zach is wrapping up New York, and the beautiful thing about this is that if you're not on a coast, you can be right here in the Midwest breaking down some of the best movies. It's going to be taking place October 11th through the 22nd, so we wanted to do a little preview, kind of breaking down everything that you need to know about the festival. I've been going to it for about the last decade, I want to say. I remember the first time that I went was when they screened La La Land. And now
Ooh.
we were covering it there as press. And one of the best things about this is that they have a fantastic lineup. So, as Zach has been saying, we will go to Toronto, but if we know that something's going to be playing at our home festival, we'll save it. And damn, do they get the hits. So, us being in Toronto, we were missing a lot of really big movies, but that's because we were trusting the programmers back home. One of my favorite things that they pick up a lot here, and we have a whole article for it, is
Over
a
on
lot
the
of.
atzshow.com.
Yeah, we have. I got the wrong one over here, so technically, those are my most anticipated, which we have a list for. But it would be the international submissions. I really like that. There's a lot of really big ones, but a majority of the time they do a fantastic job finding movies that have not premiered in the United States. So you'll be able to see like Argentina's pick, Pictures of Ghosts, which I was just able to catch. A lot of the things that may end up being the top five movies that are going to get that international spot. One of the ones that I'm really looking forward to is Totem, which just got announced as
Yeah.
Mexico's pick, and the director's going to be there to talk about it. You had just seen the taste of things, and you were telling me,
Do.
bro,
Yeah.
this should have been France's pick. For every year, France has like two movies that people are divided on, and you said this was the right call.
I personally, I kind of like this one a little bit more than Anatomy of a Fall. I know I'm in the majority there, but this was like a warm meal of a movie, pun I guess intended.
Yeah, they've got three screenings for this, so I'm hoping to catch at least one of them. There's no
Yep.
press one yet, but you told me eat before you go. I'm gonna make
Oh
sure I
yeah.
eat before I go, and I'm gonna make sure I go to the bathroom before I see Perfect Days, the toilet movie that I have heard nothing but praise about from everybody.
Yep.
And y'all keep telling me it's just a guy cleaning toilets.
Yeah, shout out to our patron Connor who saw this at his own local film festival down in Charlotte, and
Yep.
he's a big proponent of the film Patterson as we both are, and he said that this movie might be more Patterson than Patterson, which
So that's the new
I
phrase?
gotta agree. I gotta
Perfect
agree.
Days.
Yeah.
All right, So this is another one I'm really excited for. Zone of Interest and continuing with the international Oscar submissions. I know you just caught this, and you told me you were floored by it. So
Yeah.
this one also sold out really fast. So if I had to give other picks for the international stuff, Teacher's Lounge. This was one that you and I
Yes.
were able to catch at TIFF. This one's fantastic. It's going to be a tight race, but I have this in my top 10 out of
Yeah.
the international picks.
I don't want to like doom this movie to like runner up status, but I could see this being like one that misses the cut and we get really upset about. You know what I'm trying to
Right?
say? Yeah.
I will say, though, there's one. I would be upset, but I would be even more upset with this final pick that I have here. Another
Yeah.
one we caught in Toronto that is playing here, and I highly recommend it. We had a press screening today. I didn't go to it, but I almost was. Four Daughters is an incredible movie, a hybrid documentary that's looking at these this mother and her two daughters, and because two of them are missing to complete the four, they cast two actresses to play them, and thus their story is even more impacting because they're not sitting down like a talking head documentary. They're sitting down directing their past memories, bro. It is a fantastic movie. This is definitely one that I think should secure the top five. But there's a lot of these and more. Like I said, if you go catch the article that we have over on the atzshow.com, you will see a lot of the picks. Even Godland. This premiered last year. So forget this year. You might be catching some in Chicago that won't premiere till the following year. Like I said, we also have our most anticipated movies. But to give you a quick breakdown of how the festival works, Chicago kind of has the theaters all over the place. So one of the main theaters that they're doing right now is the AMC New City, which is really nice theater. It used to be an ArcLight, but it's not at the AMC River East. You've been to New City. We went to go see that Crawdads movie there. So you've been there. You know what it's
We
like.
took a
There's no
picture there.
recliners. Yeah, there's no recliners, but that's because the AMC River East just added recliners, and boy, are they beautiful, bro. So there's less seats over there, and there's a lot of construction. So the main hub is gone. This is the new hub, but at least the trains go everywhere. So you can go from this new city to the Gene Siskel Film Center, what has become one of my favorite theaters to go to if there's a movie there. A lot of the days that are being scheduled for screenings, I want to do like full out days there. They have comfortable seats. You get to see a lot of the history of him as a critic as well. Because obviously everybody knows Roger Ebert. But Gene, even with his crazy ideas, crazy, wacky reviews that I may not agree with, he left a legacy, and it's a beautiful theater there.
Yeah.
Obviously, we also have the iconic Music Box, which have you been to?
Just outside of, man, and I haven't seen a movie there yet.
We haven't been to a screening. All right, we're going to have to go because the Music Box, if you have not been to, while it is the most uncomfortable chairs you could possibly imagine, bro, they have an organ player. It just looks beautiful, the architecture. And this is where they're having a lot of their opening night films. That is where they're having the block party, which is a thing that they started last year where they're shutting down the entire block. They're doing trivia.
Very cool.
Dark Matter Coffee is a big coffee place here. And they do a director's cut blend. I didn't get the poster from last year, bro. That poster from last year for the Director's Cut blend was beautiful. But you'll be able to win prizes. They're going to be doing a bunch of stuff there. And a lot of the Music Box screenings are also where they're going to have a lot of directors. We still don't have any actors, obviously, this year because of the strikes that's still going on. But they're going to be doing a lot of tributes. I personally am really looking forward to Saltburn because she's going to be there.
Ooh,
and
Emerald Fennell.
I'm a big Fennell fan, and they're going to honor her there. So she's going to be doing a whole Q&A. So do yourself a favor. Check out a lot of these theaters. Some of the other ones that I have that I'm looking out for is the Chicago History Museum. I've never been to their screening room, so that's going to be really interesting. And our Museum of Contemporary Art. So again, there's a lot of buses that are going around these, but just know that AMC New City is going to be the main hub. I highly recommend Gene Siskel. And if you're in Chicago, you got to go to the Music Box. So you got a whole breakdown of the theaters there. But the most important part is the movies, right? Let's break down what the best movies are out here. The Boy and the Heron is already sold out. Dream Scenario, I think, is already sold out. And even Monster, what I would consider probably the best one that I've seen outside of Chicago that I would highly recommend. All of these are top picks. If you can rush for those movies or if they add another screening, keep an eye out. Because there were a lot of movies at Toronto and at New York that they were adding last minute. Like you saw Poor Things and you came out and you're like, bro, this is really good. I wake up the next morning, they had Poor Things. You were really confused on Memory. Now I get to be confused with you because they just announced it.
Please help me figure it out.
I am looking forward to so many movies here.
Is Chicago a festival that likes to announce late added screenings or late added encore screenings? Because I know New York, they basically leave the last couple days a bunch of slots open and then announce like encore screenings of these 4 favorites. Come grab last minute tickets.
They'll have a best of fest. My only worry right now is that with the new theater that they have, New City is like so much smaller, bro. Like you're talking what was double the seats over at River East. I feel like it's going to be a lot shortened. So we'll see how that works. But to wrap this up, let me go through my top 10 picks that I'm looking forward to here. Saltburn. Like I said, this is screened at a couple of places, but if you wanted to see this movie with Q&A with Emerald Fennell, I would highly recommend it. I've heard some really fantastic things about it. And you and I, we're fans of her. We're some of the... We're on that 50% half that likes that the fact that she won the Oscar for it, while a lot of other people don't.
Yeah.
All of Us Strangers, which you can attest because I believe you've seen it. A lot of our friends have said that this is one of the best. You've seen this already, right?
I have, yeah.
Okay, that this is one of the best of the year. You would agree?
I'm not as hot on it as a lot of other people, but like I don't know. I'm made
I'm
of
watching
stone.
it in a couple days.
There were so many tears, so much sniffling around me. And our boy Andres said this is his favorite film of the year so far. So
yeah,
look, maybe I'm going to be on the wrong end of this one. I didn't think it was bad at all. I thought it was good. I just didn't like have a revelation type of experience watching. I just didn't cry. I don't know. Maybe I'm broken.
Wherever you fall in it, if you can catch it at a festival, it's the best place because this is going to get a very limited theatrical. I've been seeing the day 2024 float out. So wherever you stand on it, it's better for you to watch it and think it's okay than to not watch it and just be waiting for it. So I still have it in my top 10.
Yeah, I think Devesh saw it at the London Film Festival and said it's really beautiful.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, dope. Another one that I know you're about to catch in New York, which I kind of snatched from the premiere that was going to be Chicago's The Killer. This one's going to be over at the Music Box, which is going to give it that very much eerie feeling for the screening. The new David Fincher movie starring Michael Fassbender. Very excited for that. May December, which I know you also caught at New York. I'm very excited for this. This will be on Netflix right away, but I think they may have some sort of Q&A for this. I would definitely seek this out because you may not be able to see it in a theater, unless you catch it at a festival. Anatomy of a Fall, which I know you were saying is really good,
Yes.
but you didn't think should have been France's pick.
I mean, look,
it will.
they're both great. So I definitely see that one too.
This is the one. I just need to see it already because I keep hearing so many people discuss this and the 50 cents of it all. I just need to know what it is. This one sold out immediately. It is going to be on one of the opening nights. It does come out 2 weeks later, but like, damn, bro, the anticipation for this movie is high. Those would be my top 5 most anticipated. My most anticipated kind of lower tier ones that not many people know about. The Hypnosis. It's got my boy. I don't even know his name, dude. Is it Andre? There we go. From The Worst Person in the World. We had just seen him in another movie, and he's still not credited here. He was in...
Royal Hotel, right?
Yeah, The Royal Hotel.
Yeah.
This man kills it in every performance that he's in. He's in this movie called The Hypnosis that's also kind of supposed to be like a comedy. I can't wait to catch this one.
Nice.
Another international submission is Sweet Dreams that I've been hearing some crazy things about. There was this one review that had called it like Wes Anderson, if it was like very absurd. The poster looks dope. I have it on my radar, as well as these two over here. Portugal submitted 2 movies, Bad Living and Living Bad. This reminds me of, what's that Jessica Chastain?
The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, Him and Her.
Yes.
Yes.
But from the perspective of, I guess, the maids, and then the perspective of the people who are rich. One of these got submitted or ended up becoming the official selection. They are playing both of these back-to-back at the Gene Siskel. Very much looking forward to these. I just think it's a really interesting and cool concept, so hopefully I get to see this and people add it to the radar. And to wrap it up, my final one would be Departing Seniors, a Chicago-owned. I remember my first Chicago festival, bro. This was the short that she had released. I think it was at Chicago Critics. So to see her now have her feature, I think it's going to be really cool. I've been hearing really good stuff about this because I think it's screened already at some other places, but it's going to be opening night at the Music Box Theater. They're going to be having a whole party there. So those would be my top 10. Like I said, over on the A to Z show, we have all of the international picks if you wanted to see them. We have all of our most anticipated, but we just wanted to make a video kind of breaking down all of the stuff to look forward to if you are looking to visit the Chicago Festival. Because, like Toronto, Sundance, New York, you got to hype up the city, You
Absolutely.
don't become that big festival unless you start getting people from outside. I think that's when it really becomes a big one. And I think the way that they continue to expand it would be really cool to just see more people from out of town come in. But what they need to bring back, dude, I went to go see a comedy show at the Chicago Theater, and I walk in and I see a Chicago Film Festival banner from like the 90s. Ooh. I walk in there, when I tell you this thing mops the Paramount from South by. Ooh, we have such a beautiful theater here. And we used to hold screenings there. We need to bring that back, Chicago. We need that.
We used to have real movie theaters.
We used to have, that was a night out at the movies. Better than that, these are all the picks. If you all have any questions, if you're joining the festival, definitely hit us up here on this video.
Yeah.
You could hit me up over at LME Movies. You can hit up Zach. Zach's still going to give you good movie advice because he's caught a lot of these. Obviously, our letterboxes will be below, so you can catch some of the movies as we're catching them in real time, and even some of the stuff that we've already logged before. So if you're interested in joining the Chicago Festival, hit us up with any of your thoughts. And don't forget to pick up a very juicy beef.